Let's head over now, though, to Berkeley, where Brad Galley is hanging out at Woodward's newest hotspot, which was also once its oldest garage. How about that?
Brad, you got some explaining to do on that one.
Yeah, you guys have been keeping me away from the food for too long, so I had to get in here and sit with this great family. What'd you guys order?
I ordered the Vinetta burger. Yeah.
The Vinetta burger. They are famous for it. I did get a little taste myself, but here it comes, the great food here at the Vinetta garage. At one point, it was known for fixing up your car. Now, it's the place to be for tickling your taste buds. Since the dawn of the automotive era, Vinetta Garage has been servicing Motor City Motors, but now it's serving up comfort food instead.
You realize that Vinetta Garage is just one of a kind, that you could never go out and rebuild something with this much soul, this much character.
Vinetta Garage opened in 1919 and was a working auto shop up until 3 years ago. Partners Casey Crane of Crane Communications and Kurt Catallo, who owns the Clarkston Union and the Union Woodshop restaurants, teamed up to create this blast from the past that has already become a beacon for car lovers.
We probably could have opened it as a restaurant faster if we didn't want to keep it as a garage. We went out of our way to make sure we were putting a restaurant inside of a garage. And so you come in and you know that this place is for real.
Kurt and his wife Ann, who decorated the place, wanted to keep the original look and feel of the old garage, but they added a few new twists. Old repair tickets serve as wallpaper. Some of the light fixtures are made from old carburetors, and they use original 1930s Edison light bulbs. But they've replaced the old gas pumps out front with new electric charging stations. They kept the old garage sink, but Ann came up with an idea of tiling the bathroom floor with pennies.
We want it to be a true car joint. Casey and I, our dads are both from car culture. And so a lot of things on the wall are from our personal collections.
Both Kurt and Casey's dads were drag racers, so they tucked in a AA fuel dragster over the entrance as a tribute. And here's a fun fact. It was actually Kurt's dad's Little Deuce Coupe on the cover of the Beach Boys album. Foodies and cruisers alike will love the way Catallo and his staff have amped up comfort food.
Food at Vinetta Garage is familiar, but innovative. It's stuff that you know, burgers, pizzas, noodles, and meatballs. But we try to do it in an unfamiliar way. Everything's cooked from scratch. When I say from scratch, I mean everything. And then we try and elevate it. You know, you think you know what you're gonna get, and then it comes out and it surprises you.
There's even homemade ice cream made with Faygo's Rockin' Rye soda, topped with Pop Rocks. Whatever they're doing, it's working. On the weekends, there's always a line to get in, and it's quickly become a magnet for classic car owners.
We wanted to do everything we could to respect the garage as it was and continue a legacy. And that legacy is not just about Woodward Avenue, it's about car culture, and that's always on our shoulders, and we're not going to let it down.
I think the best part about all this, on a day that celebrates such great classics, the Vinetta Garage has become an instant classic, and the man that made it all possible, Kurt Catallo, the owner, and the best part about this, too, you said this is just a normal Saturday for you, isn't it?
We're very lucky. We get a lot of hardware out here on a typical Saturday. Obviously, there's a lot going on right now, though. We're lucky.
I had the burger earlier. They're having the pizza behind us. Check out the wood-burning grill here. That looks pretty good. You got the cook, the chefs right on tap. And Mike, if you could bring it back, talk to me just about this Pop Rocks ice cream, because I just saw that pass by, and I think that's next for me.
You know, it's great. It's Faygo ice cream. Everything we try to do here, Casey Crane and I wanted to do something that's very traditional to Detroit. We want to do something you're not going to find in any other city. And obviously, you got to do something with Faygo if you're in Detroit.
Absolutely. We talked about bringing a whole new flavor, and that's keeping the tradition here and bringing the new flavor back. So, Kurt, thank you so much. It's been a treat. We'll be back later on, back to home base with you, Stephen and Carolyn.
All right, thanks a lot, Brad. Wow, from a garage to that, you gotta love it, huh?
It looks pretty good. We're thinking to check that out. We're in high gear right now with a whole lot more to come. Coming up next, have you ever given your car a name? I asked you that question.
I have not.
All right, we're playing the name game, so we're going to let you think about whether you have at one of the area's largest cruise-ins.
Then we're going to tell you how one man's high school dream car made it all the way to the Dream Cruise logo. And check this out.
Now, here's our first Twitter picture from right in the middle of the cruise. If you want to join the conversation, all you have to do is follow us at #7Cruises. Let us know what's going on.
But first, let's begin our tour of the communities right along the Dream Cruise route. At the top of the list, Pontiac, where classic cars are out weeks before the Dream Cruise.
classic cars roll onto Saginaw Street and park in front of Bo's Smokehouse in downtown Pontiac all summer long. And Jack Okanicki, a member of the Flaming Pistons, brings his big, beautiful Chevy Bel Air to the city's car cruise on Friday nights.
Originally, it was a 210, which is a cheaper model, and the fellow that built it, Ronnie Schroeder, turned it into a Bel Air with the Bel Air trim and everything in it, Bel Air interior. He also put an 80 Camaro subframe under it, which means the front end is 80 Camaro, and it's got power steering and all those goodies that you didn't have back then. Plus, it's got a 350 built with a 700 R4 transmission in it, so it does move down the road, and it loves to cruise Woodward.
And if you're wondering what other sites Pontiac has to offer, consider
Golden Wash dates back to 1953. We have a total of 9 acres here. We have these old greenhouses. We have a full-service florist, a garden store.
Murphy House is a historic Victorian home, a historic district here in Pontiac. It is accommodations. It is also, and this is our primary business right now, are private parties like wedding showers, baby showers.
It's a place the mayor is quite proud to call home for several reasons.
This city has a small town feel to it. They're nice people. It's one of the friendliest places you run into in Oakland County.
The Woodward Dream Cruise, presented by Chevrolet, is brought to you by the DMC, always there. By Wallside Windows, 50% off windows and 5 years interest-free. By Gardner White Furniture and Chevrolet, the official ride of the Woodward Dream Cruise.
It's not just what we gave the new Corvette 427 that makes it special. It's what we didn't.
68 years ago, gas cost 15 cents a gallon. You could rent a house for $60 a month. And Wallside Windows was founded on the principle of providing the best product at the best price and standing behind them. Now, to thank you for 68 great years, we're giving you one last chance at our anniversary sale. Take half off every window. And when you order by Wednesday, get 5 years no interest or an extra 10% off. Thanks, Michigan. 1-800-521-7800.
You're having a heart attack, and the heart doctor who can save your life is being paged. So is the rest of the team, because they're all on call. Even the best hospitals average 90 minutes or more. But at the DMC, Cardio Team 1 is on site to stop your heart attack in half the time. So why wait for other hospitals when DMC Cardio Team 1 is already there waiting for you? DMC Cardio Team 1, always there.
The quality is impeccable. The price is the best I've ever seen. You get it all for under $1,000, now at Gardner White.
Now, this great bedroom with a 32-inch TV is just $988. You get the bed, the dresser, the mirror, the chest, the free nightstand, and the 32-inch TV, all for $988 with 12 months interest-free. It's the final weekend for price cuts on every TV room group. You save 60 to 80%.
Don't overpay.
Get it all for just $988. Now, only at Gardner White.
Watching sports on Xfinity from Comcast is like having a front row seat to the biggest moments. With NFL Red Zone, ESPN Goal Line, and the Watch ESPN app, you're right there for all the action. This is the Xfinity Sports Experience. This is awesome. You won't get all this with satellite or Uverse. Sign up for Xfinity TV and Internet, just $79.99 a month for 6 months with a sports entertainment package included for 3 months. Xfinity, your home for the most live sports. Call 1-800-XFINITY today.
Welcome back to the show where you know classic cars are the stars tonight. Now, here's a question from my partner sitting beside me, Steve, I've already answered this. Have you ever given one of your cars or one of your beauties a nickname of some sort?
You know, it's funny when you asked me. I suddenly remembered, oh, yeah, you know what? My first car was a 65 Beetle.
Okay.
And I stuck a Wile E. Coyote sticker on the back window and a Roadrunner sticker on the front, and I joked that's how it ran, how it went. And I called the car the Wile E. Coyote.
That's cool.
So Wile E. Coyote was my first car.
All right. I've heard cruisers from back in the day talk about the nickname Cars had, like Black Duke, White Lightning, or Gray Ghost.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of vanity plates. Just amazing number of them out here tonight. And a lot of them have the date of the car. Some of them have the nicknames like that. It's a trend. Let's check in with Joanne Burton out on Woodward to see what she's found out about this, Joanne.
Well, I've got a beautiful little car that it's got its own little nickname. Ashley, you're going to be 8 years old. Tell me the name of your car.
Tot Rod.
Tot Rod. You drive this car, Ashley?
Yes.
You do? How fast do you go?
Up to 40.
Wow. Tell everyone what you do with the sweet car, and what kind of car is it, sweetie?
A Mini T23, and I go to car shows.
Okay, well, I know you can't drive because you're 8 years away from getting your license. So who drives you to these car shows?
Hi, Dad.
There he is, Scott, in Ashley's Towing. What is that he drives you to these shows in?
A 1955 Ford pickup.
How about that? And he kind of, redid that entire thing, and it's a beautiful ride to get you to your car shows. Well, you are just darling. It's so good to see you. You're growing up, almost can't fit in this anymore, but it is called a Tot Rod. And I have so many other examples of wonderful classics that have amazing names. Let's take a look. Thanks, Ed. They say every classic car has a story, and some of them even have names. We played this name game at one of the biggest classic car shows in town. It's a cruise-in held every Tuesday night at the Culvers in Lake Orion. Check out this showstopper.
It's Hemi 2. I had a small block in it. Nobody would stop and look at it. So I had 3 Hemis, so I decided to put one in it.
It's all muscle, but this ride's got a girly nickname, too.
Sometimes Maybelline, because of the color. Women always come up and they put their fingernails by it. And I said, you know how long it took me to get that paint out of all them little fingernail bottles?
This beautiful Corvette doesn't look scary, but something about it does resemble a movie monster. It's called the Alien.
The supercharger, and at the time, the dual quads with the big scoop. And it kind of looked like the head of the creature.
This Corvette earned its handle on the racetrack.
It says 8-second bet. That means this car will do 8 seconds and a quarter mile. So it runs about 860s at 165 miles an hour in a quarter mile.
Rick Fox races this modified 67 Corvette and drives it around town, too. It's got a 585 Dart motor with nitrous oxide running through its veins. Strapped in tonight, his grandson Carter, who loves to ride shotgun. Clearly, this grandpa's got a need for speed. Next, it's the king of cars. This 59 Cadillac was the prized possession of Chuck Boyk's wife, Diane, who sadly passed away last year.
She loved Elvis. She has all the Elvis stuff. It's been to every state. It's been to Graceland 8 times. It's the only car that ever went through Graceland.
Here's a name you might not recognize, Kaiser Darren.
It was the first production fiberglass car in America, the first sports car made in America. It actually predates the Corvette.
This beauty, built in Jackson, Michigan, was one of only 435 ever made. It sports distinctive lines and this slick sliding door. And now here's a real hot ride.
I was weaned on race cars, and I just loved them from then on. And these things come as close as you could get to at least looking like and feeling like the early race cars.
It's a 33 Ford Coupe, complete with suicide doors and a Chevy 350 engine. What a fitting tribute to the classic hot rods that once roared up and down Woodward Avenue.